is starting up. Let's take it then to our segment called Bootstrap. And this week, we're going to talk about how to go about registering your startup. Shruti Goyal is here then with a step-by-step guide.
Now that you know which legal form suits you best, it's time to put a stamp on it. Until you register a company, you can't actually call it your own. So registering a company is the first step towards cementing your dream. First up is sole proprietorship, probably the simplest of the lot. Let's see what are the steps to register it.
So the process for registering a sole proprietorship is simple. You are the sole person. You have to have a PAN card in place which you need to get a sole proprietorship registered. With your PAN card, you have to go to the bank and open a current account in the bank. You can choose a name according to what you wish to do, and for the naming you can depend on what your choice is related to the business, the brand or the website that you have. Once you give your PAN card details, address proof, etc. to the bank as per their KYC norms, and there is some minimum balance that you need to maintain in the account. You don't need to register a sole proprietorship firm in any case. There is no regulation or government requirement for that. You are in business as soon as you open the current account with the name of the company.
Yes, sole proprietorship is quite simple, but mind it, converting it into a partnership or private limited isn't. That's something that we'll talk about in next time. Now, if more than one person is part of your startup, partnership is the way to go. Here are the steps involved in registering a partnership firm.
Two or more partners decide among themselves what is the agreement. That agreement, in case it is a written agreement or an oral agreement, both are acceptable. In case of a written agreement, it is known as a partnership deed, which lists down all the details about the name of the firm, who are the partners, what is their contribution to the firm, and with this partnership deed, they can register themselves with the government authority, which is the registrar of firms, and there is a certain fees that has to be paid to the registrar. With this name of the firm and the registration, they can open a current account in a bank, and that is how they can start with the transactions. The company is in business now.
Now here is the big one, the one that best fits a scalable high-growth startup. Yup, the private limited. It's the most complicated and difficult to register. Gaurav Karnik, tax partner at EY, take us through it.
So the procedure is, first the directors have to get a director identification number. Followed by that, they have to get a director digital signature certificate, and using that they need to apply first for the name of the company to the ROC. Then the name is given by the ROC. They then have to also file what is called the memorandum articles of association, which is the bylaws and charter of the company. The articles are the way the company operates, and the memorandum gives the broad mandate for which the company has been set up. So the draft form is then submitted to the ROC electronically. If the ROC is satisfied with all these documents which have been given, it then gives a certificate of incorporation. The certificate of incorporation signifies the coming into being of the company, and then the company can start to do business.
And finally, there is limited liability partnership, somewhere between partnership and private limited. Amit tells us how one should go about it and register it.
LLP registration process is a bit different from a partnership registration. In case of an LLP, there is a separate entity from partners which is designated as the LLP. For getting a LLP registered, you have to take a digital signature certificate for each of the designated partners. There is a director partner identification number, DPIN, which is known as, has to be also issued in the name of the every designated partner. Once that has happened, there are certain documents which have to be registered with the LLP, the details of which are available on the website of Ministry of Corporate Affairs, mca.gov.in. Once the fees and the other details are submitted, the LLP is given a name which the entity is separate from the partners.
So here are the steps. The only thing to do now is go out and register your company.
And if you have any more how-to questions that you'd like answered, well, go ahead, write into us, and we'll have them answered on Bootstrap. We wrap things up here on the show, but before we go, remember, we look forward to hearing from you. You can send us an SMS or simply find us on Facebook. We'll say goodbye, but before we go, as we say every week, remember, there's never a better time than now to go out there and start up.